Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to my video. In this video, we are going to talk about the malfunction electrical consumer switched off on the dash of your Mercedes-Benz. And a lot of times, this happens if you guys have like everything on full power, full blast with the AC on. You have electrical connectors for whatever charging up on your 12 volt, etc., and everything will work fine. And if you drive it for a mile or two, you get that notice, malfunction electrical consumer switch off warning on dash turns on. And you also get the battery alternator light come on and off as soon as that warning comes off. And then your AC stops working. If you have heat on, your heat stops working. Your rear window defroster starts blinking, heated seats lights start blinking, etc. Everything having to do with the electrical system in your car is causing issues with whatever's using that system at the time. All right, so for the most part, we're going to be talking about what causes this. A lot of times it's a failing battery, or something is off with the charging system. And for the most part, what you want to do is you want to test out that battery. And you want the front and the rear battery tested, the main and the auxiliary battery tested, and if possible, replace the battery if there are issues with the battery. You guys will also want to look at the ground wires if the batteries happen to be good. If it's not the battery, there's a chance it's not the battery. A lot of times it is the battery, a bad battery. But if it's not the battery, you want to look at the ground wires. Sometimes they're due to corrosion, or maybe it's too loose. Maybe the wires fraying off. This could cause that to come up. And if everything with the wiring and the battery, if those things are good, then you would have to look at the alternator being the issue. And a lot of times when this message comes on, it actually means that the computer has detected a low voltage situation. And like I said before, normally it's the rear battery that's going bad. The way the voltage remaining this way, the voltage remaining allows you to drive the car as far as as wherever the dealership is for you guys to fix the situation. So obviously, when you guys are looking at the situation, especially checking out the battery, obviously with the car on, the battery should be charging. You should be getting a voltage reading anywhere from 13.7 to 14.5. Obviously, if you're getting a voltage of anywhere around 11.6, 12 volts or whatever with the car on, it means that the battery is the issue of the problem. Now, if it has something to do with the alternator itself, a lot of times it might just be the regulator. If you're a DIY kind of guy and you can get to the regulator on the alternator and swap that out, you might not have to swap out the entire alternator. You might want to just swap out the regulator and see if that actually changes anything. A lot of times what people do in this situation is they suspect that it's probably the alternator that's the problem, and the regulator actually will, if you try to test out the alternator, whether the alternator is working or not, whatever the regulator is putting out is what you're going to be seeing as when you're testing it out with a multimeter or whatever it is that you're testing it out with. So if it's easier to change out the regulator for you, and a lot of times all you would need to do is just to jack up the car. Be careful when you do that. Make sure you use all the safety measures as far as chalking the wheels, jacking up the car. But if it's easier to get to the regulator, a lot of times it is the regulator that's the issue. Swap out the regulator, see if that actually changes anything. Measure the voltage of the battery, the voltage of the car when it's on. If the voltage reads anywhere from 13.7 to 14.5, it's the regulator that's the problem and you fix the issue. However, if you switched out the regulator and you still have that issue as far as low voltage is concerned, it's definitely at that point, if you guys ruled out the battery or the wiring and the regulator, then for the most part, it's probably the alternator itself that's causing the issue. Anyway, hope this has given you guys some insight into what could be causing this malfunction electrical consumer switch off message to come up on your Benz. Hopefully this has helped you guys out. If you guys have any kind of personal experiences with this issue, definitely leave a comment in the comment section. Please give me a thumbs up, please subscribe, and all that good stuff. All right, guys, take care.